Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Althea's world, where it's not just my world, but it's your world. For the most part, it's God's world, so stay blessed and don't be stressed. If you're new here, hi, my name is Althea, and if you're not new here, welcome back. So today guys, it's a little bit of a saddened situation. My tomatoes and my green stalk are not doing so well, so just watch and see how I'm trimming and pulling my tomato plants. It's been summertime and the weather has been up and down, 80s, 90s, 80s, 90s, and I've acquired a lot, I would say, of disease, blight, and just overall learning the concept of watering my green stalks to have a successful harvest. So like I said, enjoy the video. Love y'all! So I took off a lot of the tomatoes because they're not doing well in here. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but they're not doing well in here. So before I just keep a whole bunch of bush in here that's not producing much tomatoes, I decided to keep the tomatoes that I have. Yeah, I decided to keep the tomatoes that I have on here, and then the other ones that were not producing, I chopped them off. We have our first tomato here, but yeah, everything else, I'm gonna redo this. I'm gonna redo because it wasn't doing well. And then over here, I also took out a lot of the ones that were too long. I took them out. So I'm left with basil. Hopefully this will give the plant. And then this one's got to sit up. This one's got a lot of fruit on it. But it's just, it's hanging. So I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I'm supposed to have a support on here. But the pepper is doing well. So I'm going to leave this pepper in here. I'm going to water it. But the other ones, they're doing good. I'm gonna probably fertilize, not today because it's gonna rain. So what I see is, it's my 3rd year, but I'm still learning. I did fertilize and water before the rain, but the green stalks, they're taking a little bit of, they're not taking the water that from when it rains. I have to manually come out here and water. I do. And the days that I did come out here and water, as you can see, these did very well. These did really well. But my other green stuff, like the tomatoes, did very well. But I have to remember that my exposure is terrible. I have to remember that I planted them at different times, but I fertilized them. So I don't know. I don't know. But I'm thinking that I'm gonna put some tomatoes in here. I think I might. If the callaloo doesn't do what it's supposed to do, I planted these onions here. But if the callaloo doesn't do what it's supposed to do, I'm gonna put a tomato here. Okay, those are onions over there, and I'm gonna fertilize. So I did get some rabbit manure, a whole bag of rabbit manure. So I'm gonna fertilize the green stalks in my beds. Not today, because I don't have time, but I'm gonna fertilize maybe tomorrow. Yeah, so I'm just putting the hose down like I always say. I put the hose down and I let it soak. Let it soak in. Yeah. So the gardening is not terrible, but I have a lot of whacking to do. My husband said, babe, it doesn't make sense you do it now because we're gonna get rain again in a couple more days. So it's just a lot going on. I have to stake this back up, although the tomatoes are going good. I have to stake this back up, but we're also getting tomatoes here, so that's a plus. So there is growth, but I will say this. It's funny because I'm getting a lot of leaves, but not much tomatoes. That means there's a lot of nitrogen. But then my beans are kind of struggling. So I don't know. I don't know. The potatoes are doing good. Those are doing good. And these here are doing really good for being only like a couple weeks old. But everything else is kind of looking sad. I ain't gonna hold y'all. It's looking real sad. So I'm just gonna water. My goal today is to water because I realized that it needs water. As much as we got a lot of rain, I mean, I just see a lot of yellow leaves, which means a lot of splashback, which means entry to disease. So I don't want that. So I mean, this happens in garden. This is why a lot of people, a lot of gardeners have so many they have plants that are ready to go in just in case times like this happen. But I did plant some tomatoes, so I'm glad I did that. And I'm glad that they're the quick ones. They're not going to take a long time to produce. They're determinants. So that's great. So yeah, I'm going to water these. I'm going to water my green stalks because they need a lot of water. My green stalks are bone dry. Like bone dry. So, and this hose doesn't help me at all. But I think it's supposed to be cloudy today. Yeah, so that's good. I'm not gonna be blistering hot. Yeah, it's good. Huh? Yeah, that's what they always say. My green stalks are bone dry. I gotta water them. Rain did fall, but it could fall on the other bed. Alex sitting here and said, babe, rain not gonna fall. And I'm like, I know. But if you feel the GREENSTAK them, it feel like it didn't fall at all. So I'm gonna water these. I'm gonna water the pockets. Yeah, I'm gonna water the pockets because it's giving it didn't rain at all. That's what it's giving. It's giving it didn't rain at all. Like these GREENSTAKs, it's like it didn't even rain. It's so dry. Let me show y'all when I say it's dry. It's dry. Dry. Bone dry. I don't know if I was supposed to take this off. Oh, what's your frog? I don't know if I was supposed to take this off. But they're bone dry. So the rain that came by, appreciate it, but the beds are dry. So I mean, this kind of happens in gardening. It does, but I think it's because of me being in the house and being in a new location and just trying to figure things out. I thought that the rain would have definitely like just given me so much more less watering to do, but that is not the case. So I'm gonna water the cucumbers because in the containers I'm realizing that the rainwater, it doesn't get into these containers. So again, as much as my husband's like, it's gonna rain, I don't think it's raining in the containers. I don't think it's raining in the containers. So I'm gonna water the containers. Yeah, I'm watering the containers. Because I can't just, yeah. But there's some cucumbers on here growing, I can say that. There's a good amount of cucumbers. But yeah, so if y'all gardens is not looking up to par, feeling like, okay, I did all this work, it rained and it destroyed my garden. We prayed for rain, but the rain just didn't do so well. It kind of messed everything up. I'm here to tell you, it's a part of the process. It's a part of the journey. Guys, I've been watching The Chosen. I've been watching The Chosen, and this is the day after Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all my fathers out there. I know it gets hard being a father. I know. And I'm not here to judge who's deadbeat, who's the better father, who's the best provider. I'm just here for men in general. I mean, if you're doing a great job and you're supporting your children, of course. But sometimes, a lot of the Father's Day, you just gotta pray for them. A lot of the dads that you think is not doing their best, you have to pray for them. Because God is gonna take care of them, that part. So you just continue to do your part and leave, and that's it. Ooh. But like I said, to my fathers out there, yesterday, I hope y'all enjoyed y'all Father's Day. Yeah, guys, I'm just watering these GREENSTAKs because they need water. They need water. As much as it rains, they need water. But like I said, I'm gonna take off the top of them and see if maybe if it rains, it'll give them more water. Peppers, they don't really like their feet wet. So I ain't gonna kill it with water, but I am gonna give them water. She awake? I have time. I don't need much more time. You alright? Okay. Yeah, so I'm just watering. Guys, my water. The roselle is growing pretty quick. Bye, babe. Have a good day. Yeah, see, it's getting its chili. So I'm also trying to think of ways to do compost. So I don't want a huge compost pile. I don't. My husband's truck. We're gonna talk about this later. Good morning, guys. I know this is not what you're expecting, but yesterday I had to take an intermission. Mailing got up, so you know how that go. Then the day started, and you know how that goes. But I just wanted to come in to continue the vlog. Obviously, I'm drinking my coffee. It's 7:12 in the morning, so I try to get up in the morning just to get some time for myself. I know that sounds crazy, right? I get up early to get time for myself before Melly wakes up, so I'm drinking coffee and just try to figure out my day, what I'm gonna cook, what the kids gonna eat, and what my day is gonna look like. So I was just thinking yesterday, I was actually online looking at seeds and what kind of seeds I'm gonna be planting for the fall and winter season. Because if you know, last year I was not here. I was moving to this house. So for my zone 8 people, or if your frost date is around November, you plant your fall and winter crops in mid-summer. So about July to August, you should be thinking about and trying to figure out what you're gonna plant, and at the same time watching your crops in your summer garden. So that's what I've been doing. I know that sounds crazy. You're always thinking about the next season once the season approaches. Does that make sense? You're always thinking about the next season as the season approaches. So I thought about summer, but now that summer is almost here, summer will be here June 20, yeah, it's here, 21st. Now that summer is here, I'm thinking about what to plant for, is it a good angle? What to plant for the fall. So I'm not gonna do anything too crazy. That's a bug. Yeah, that's a bug, let me kill it. Yeah, so I'm not gonna plant anything. Ooh, this thing is moving. I'm not gonna plant anything that is too long. I'm gonna try some hybrids this fall. And I've been doing research on planting intensely in terms of like inches apart. Because hold on. Because that was like, I think that was a moth or something, but it's not gonna stay in my house, so rest in peace. Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking at a lot of research in terms of me planting intensely And I know if you're new here, I plant by the square foot method, and I'm trying to think if I really want to plant by the square foot method. I was looking up other ways of how to plant, and I realized not to say the square foot method doesn't work. I think it does work because I did get a lot of harvest, but I think it matters on what you plant. So I think for the fall, I'm gonna let you guys know what I'm planting probably in a further video. But for instance, like broccoli, there are certain varieties that doesn't need that big space, but it does give a good head. You get what I'm saying? And my greens, obviously, and my onions. So there's a lot that I'm learning and a lot that I'm trying to figure out. But I digress. I did order some seeds on MI Gardener. So right now MI Gardener is having a 25% off sale while supplies last. So if you're thinking about fall, because pretty much right now you don't want to plant any tomatoes or peppers or any nightshades, any eggplant from seed, look at your frost date and see how many days you have left to plant. So like me, I'm going to plant my tomatoes because I have about 60 days, which is 2 months, even 3 months if it's a fall tomato, to plant. So in June, so July, August, September. So I still have almost over 100 days. So in Georgia, I think we had like 230 to 250 days to plant out our summer crops. That's how long our season is. So okra, you can always direct sow outside. Beans, you can always direct sow outside. Squash, you can transplant or you can direct sow outside. What else can you direct sow outside right now? I think corn, depending on where you are, you can direct sow or make a transplant right now outside. So there are still things that you can plant outside in the garden. But I'm just thinking about fall because I want to have a successful fall and learning what works in my garden. So the tomato plants, for me, the variety that I picked, it did not work for my Greenstalk. So maybe I needed like a support system for it to work, but it didn't work. So next time around, I'm probably gonna get like a dwarf tomato, so you guys will see it, so that I don't have to have that much support and it'll grow and give me a flush of tomatoes, and then that'll be it. But I wouldn't have known if I hadn't tried, right? So I always tell y'all to try and something new. And also my compost. So I've been shredding. I'm gonna show y'all. If y'all follow me on Instagram, y'all already know. I've been shredding cardboard. So any boxes that I get from Amazon, I take the tape off of the cardboard and I shred it. And also the paper that comes inside, I shred it. So that's been helping me. You leaving? Bye. So that's been helping me a lot. Yeah, because one box gives me like half a container of shredded. Let me show y'all. I'll show y'all. So this right here, this is shredded paper. This is shredded cardboard. And I'm gonna put this outside for mulch or for my compost. So I'm trying to find, oops, that ain't gonna work. I'm trying to find a way of how I can compost effectively and not break the bank. So I showed you guys outside that I have a pile, like a section, one of the beds that I've just been composting. And I see it working because every time I put stuff in it, it goes down, which means the insects are eating it or the worms are being created. So
yeah, I'm trying to find a way. I was gonna do vermicomposting. I think that might be my best bet, but I'm not gonna do it in my house. Like some people say they can do it in their house or outside, because I don't want no worms in my house. I don't want no food scraps in my house. That's just my personal preference. So I don't mind doing it in the beds, like in the bed composting, like when you put the containers with the holes. I don't mind that in bed composting. And then I'll get 1 tumbler to compost, which would be like coffee grounds and cardboard boxes, and then my food scraps. I don't mind doing that just to create soil, because if you know, every season or every few months your soil goes down. And I feel like I was watching a video of this man. He literally created 50 pounds of soil in his tumbler. So what my understanding is that whenever you buy those tumblers and you fill them up and you make the compost, sometimes if you're doing the kitchen scraps, it doesn't give you the whole 5 pounds. Like it'll give you like maybe not even half that. So I'm looking for a way of how I can create soil, not like all at once, but periodically. If I have to fill a bed, I can fill a bed, or even top off my Greenstalks with better soil / compost. Yeah, so that I can, not to say spend less on fertilizer, because I'll still spend something on fertilizer, because composting is pretty much a very big part of soil amending. I don't really know if it's fully 100% on fertilizing. I think it's a part of it. It goes hand in hand. So I think if when I do my kitchen scraps, and I'll get, I think I usually get like the horse feed. I forgot what it's called. It's a horse feed. It's like little nuggets that you can buy. It's my husband, he's leaving. Like little, like horse feed, horse pellets. It's filled with nitrogen. I usually put that in my garden in addition to comfrey, and that usually helps to overwinter my beds. So I might do that in the fall, but I'm really looking forward to not spending much money this fall, because I did so much for the summer. So this is why I'm buying my seeds before time, and I'm looking for economical ways. I called a coffee shop, and the coffee shop said that I was like, hey, can I come by and pick up some coffee grounds? And they were like, you would have to pay for the coffee grounds. I said, what? I said, hold up. I said, wait, you want me to pay for coffee grounds that you already grounded up and about to throw in the garbage? They're like, oh, well, I don't think we do that here. I said, can I speak to your manager? And she was like, I'm gonna call you back. So she called me back, and she was like, oh, you can come pick it up. I was like, yeah, like, I'm not finna pay. People are weird, but I mean, I understand if she did not know. I completely understand that. So today I'm gonna go pick up some coffee grounds, because I want to get the tumbler to just start creating the compost or the soil. Yeah, so we're gonna be on this journey together, me and you. We're gonna be growing food. The more, I won't say the cheapest, but the more resourceful way and budget friendly way I see fit. So I don't have much time because Gabriel is here, the mayor is not. So I have to make sure I strategize my time, and Alex is leaving. So I'm gonna go outside real quick. I just have to deep water my Greenstalk again, because it was hot yesterday. I thought it was gonna rain. Alex was like, babe, it's gonna rain. And it didn't rain. So it was a good thing I went out there yesterday and I watered something. So I do have my seeds that's still in there, my basil, my sage that I still have the water. So yeah, let's go water. So guys, this is the composting that I'm doing, and there are flies around it. So I did put my kitchen scraps underneath, Yeah, I don't know if y'all can see it. And then I put a bunch of cardboard on top just to combat obviously the smell and all this other stuff. So it doesn't have a smell. Doesn't have no smell. So it's just, I guess, the bees that are around it, and I see the ants. So oh Lord. I would have never thought of it. When we go turn on the water. Go turn it off so you can't see it. Yeah, it wasn't it wasn't.
Go turn it up. Turn it up. Look.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, this, look. Yeah, big ass gat. You think, I don't know, y'all probably threw it down. Look. Yeah, let's throw it down.
I don't remember throwing it down. It just spurts out water. I don't know if that's a defect on the hose or this thing right here.
Okay. That's a big ass gap.
You know what's so funny? In the other house, and the same thing happened, and I didn't do nothing to it. I think it's either a defect of the hose itself, or like I didn't have this hose when it was cold. I just got it in the spring. So I don't know if that's what they they marketably defectify that word. The hose, so we have to go buy that or what?
That's the only thing I see right
That
now.
don't make no sense.
So we can push.
Try to tighten it, I guess.
Can't tighten.
But it, oh baby, it worked. For now, it worked. It worked. Yeah, guys. I'd rather see what's going on with my hose before I just go buy a new one. Yeah. So I'm watering where I put my mulch for my pepper.
Oh, good, man. Yeah, I did.
My husband's on the phone. He doesn't know what inside voice is.
Yeah, that was like.
So I'm a water, guys. I'm a water. My GREENSTAK again. Told y'all every day you gotta come out and water your GREENSTALKs if you want to get harvest. You gotta water them. Gotta water them every day. Keep them damp. Yeah. So. Hope y'all having a good morning, guys. Hope you're having a good morning. This is the day the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. Yes. Sorry for the airplane. Oh yeah. I'm also gonna fill water in the pot. Oh, Greenstalk has a sale. Y'all know I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm not sponsored nothing like that. Greenstalk has a 50% off. I think it's $99 for their red, white, and blue Greenstalks. So if you don't have one, you can get a 3-tier if you're just starting out and you're scared, or you can get the 5-tier, like the ones that I have. So yeah, Greenstalk is having a sale. No, there's no link for me, but there are other content creators, there are other gardeners. I think it's Asia from, I'm gonna put her information. I always forget these. Oh, Roots and Refuge Farm, Jessie, she has a link. And the other two, and then Growing with Dirt, girl in the dirt. I know she's also become an affiliate. Congratulations, girl, proud of you. But yeah, I'm gonna put it at the bottom of the screen, but Greenstalk is having a sale. All right, guys, can't tell y'all, I ain't tell y'all. So I'm gonna continue to water the garden. You see the sun is about to come up. And I just want y'all to know that the garden is good. The garden is under construction, and there's a lot of transition going on in the garden. So if you reach this far in the video, don't forget our 4 P's. Don't forget to pray, be patient, persevere, and show you progress. And don't forget to be kind. Until my next upload, guys, I love y'all. Have a good day. Bye. So I forgot to tell y'all, because I'm just terrible at this thing called YouTube. I forgot to tell y'all, my exposure is terrible. Yeah, I forgot to tell y'all that I harvested, I want to say five I harvested 5 onions. So every time I harvest them, I forget to show y'all. But I have some that are a little wider, broader than this onion. But so this is when, to all my new gardeners, this is when you know your onion is ready. Whenever it is loose and it flops over like this, this is when you know it's ready. So no more nutrients is gonna go into the onion because it's bent. Okay, so whenever your onion is bent over like this, like the green part usually looks like this, straight up, right? It's usually green throughout the whole stem. Once it flaps over and you see that it's starting to like dry, which is right here, the brown section, this is when you know it's time to harvest. So these, I don't know the name of it, don't ask me the name of it. I know it's an onion, so I'm thankful. So I just wanted to show y'all, because every time I harvest my onions, I don't tell y'all. So yeah, I got a couple of these, so we planted them again this year.